Hello, what is up everyone? My name is KaitoNolan and yes, Darkrai is coming. This is huge because I've talked about so many times the Darkrai. Level 50 Darkrai is so important, so let's get started this. So the usual, the Pokebattler provided me the wonderful slides. Then you know the top counter is, yes, it's Shadow Machamp. Darkrai is a pure dark, so it's going to be weak to fighting, bug, and fairy. Okay, and then always the fighting. The moves are just way better. So let's stick to the fighting and I'll talk more about it. So the Shadow Machamp, damage 5, bulk 3, consistency 3, best moveset is counter dynamic punch. And the neutral weather, not the neutral weather, the Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, neutral damage, and then the Dark Pulse is a single resistance because the fighting resists dark move. I've said this many times, but fighting does not resist fighting. So when it's Focus Blast, it's a neutral damage. A lot of people think that fighting does resist fighting. No, it does not resist. So it's one of those unique cases right here. So if you're gonna do Darkrai rating Cloudy, yes, Machamp will be boosted, but at the same time that the Focus Blast is gonna be a nightmare. So I want you to know that. And also everybody knows the Shadow Ball Darkrai is just so annoying. It's like those Shadow Ball Gengar. It's brutal for sure. So you all just need to be ready for that. So yes, you could duo Darkrai in a neutral weather. You actually do not even need a Shadow Machamp. Like I've done it with the Lucario and the Conkeldurr combination. So you do not need it. But if you want to duo in neutral weather, then yes, it's gonna be either Shadow Machamp, like Lucario, Conkeldurr, but you just want to use the regular Machamp, then just wait for the cloudy day, and then you could duo with the level 40 Machamp stuff. And I'll talk all this duo stuff in my duo guide, so please go ahead and check it out. It really hasn't changed much since last time, but you know, I'll still gonna make that. And next up is Shadow Hariyama. So the damage 5, bulk 3, consistency 4, best moveset is counter dynamic punch. You could actually also duo with this guy. I don't know about neutral weather, it's suspicious, but yeah, if you have that many Shadow Hariyama. So Shadow Hariyama, it's a pure fighting just like Machamp, so it's the same defense, Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, neutral damage, and it's going to single resist Dark Pulse. The Hariyama obviously has that bulk. He's bulkier than Machamp. It's one of those TDO DPS situation, okay? So even the Machamp could faint first, but the Hariyama could survive longer, so it's the one of total damage output to damage per second. So you weigh in your option and see which one works. Next up is Conkeldurr. I would say Conkeldurr is the best option if you don't count Shadow, okay? I love it so much. The damage 5, bulk 5, consistency 4, best moveset is counter dynamic punch. Conkeldurr is literally better than Machamp. So many people get upset over it, but he is better because he has that attack and also the bulk. So I know I've been rating, I rated a lot of Timber, so I have some like a level 50 Conkeldurr. So and then I'm probably gonna mix that this time to do a Darkrai and see how I feel about it. But anyway, so the defense is same. It's a pure fighting, so that the Shadow Ball, Focus Plus, neutral damage, and the single resist Dark Pulse. So Conkeldurr is an excellent option. I'm telling you, for real, it's great, and he's good enough to do a Darkrai in neutral weather. So you know, the level 40. I mean, so. You need to start rating more Timber. But you know, you saw the Game Master have the it looks like it appears to be a Shinx Community Day maybe happening. So yeah, if that happens, then I'll be mad. Like I've spent so much money on a Timber raid, so if we could just get like a Timbers everywhere, oh my god, that's like even a Shinx too. Like we spent so much money because we wanted to have the Luxray, and we're going to build a whole Luxray team. So stay tuned. And here comes the Lucario. The damage 4, bulk 2, consistency 1, best moveset is counter Aura Sphere. And I'm gonna say this again. I believe in Aura Sphere Mewtwo. That's like one of the probably the next move the Niantic will make to attract, bring people to raid Mewtwo. I think it's the Aura Sphere Mewtwo. So, but anyway, so let's talk about Lucario right here. The reason why the Lucario get the 1 consistency is because he's part steel. So the Focus Blast, yes, it's gonna wreck Lucario. So The good thing about Focus Blast is it's pretty slow once the animation starts and like you see the ball of energy coming down. So you could dodge, but the too much dodging will cause like the phantom hits and like auto swap and all the problem. So yes, Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, I'll recommend Lucario, but personally I really think that you should kind of stick to Conkeldurr or Machamp this time around. So, and like I said, he is good enough to do a Darkrai in neutral weather. I wonder how long will it take for me to make level 50 Lucario. And Mega Beedrill is next. The damage 4, bulk 2, consistency 2, best moveset is Bug Bite Exeter. So, this is the thing about the Mega Beedrill, is the double resistance to Focus Blast, because the bug resists fighting and then the also poison resists fighting, so it has the double resistance. Shadow Ball neutral damage, Dark Pulse neutral damage. So it is still gonna be very glassy, and most of the people will use fighting type like a Machamp, Lucario, and Conkeldurr over bug type. So I'm honestly not sure how many people will bring the Mega Beedrill, but if you could get Rain, yes, I'll highly recommend it. That's for sure. And here's the regular Machamp. It's good enough, okay? So the damage 4, bulk 3, consistency 3, best moveset is Counter Dynamic Punch. And like I said earlier, if you want to duo in a cloudy, yes, Machamp will work. So the Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, neutral damage, and then the Dark Pulse is a single resistance. So yeah, anytime you want to duo Darkrai neutral weather with a fighting type, always look for the what is it? Not the quick attack. Feint attack. Feint attack, Dark Pulse. That's like the move that you always want to go for, okay? And here's the Shadow Granbull, like I've seen this guy everywhere these days. The damage 4, bulk 2, consistency 3, best moveset is Charm, Play Rough. The Granbull actually does outperform the Shadow Gardevoir. I'm gonna talk about Shadow Gardevoir later on, but the Gardevoir, because it's due to the part Psychic typing, Granbull works way better, because the Shadow Ball is a neutral damage and the Fairy single resist fighting, so the Focus Blast is a single resistance, and then also Fairy resist Dark move too. So yeah, the Granbull has that good bulk, so if you have one, go ahead. And here's the regular Hariyama. The damage 4, bulk 3, consistency 4, best moveset is Counter Dynamic Punch. Same defense as the Shadow Hariyama, so yes, Hariyama is an excellent option. And here comes the Zacian. So the damage 4, bulk 5, consistency 5, best moveset is Quick Attack, Play Rough. Good news for everyone. I know a lot of people has at least like a one level 50 Zacian, because he was just here. It's a good option to have. So even the PvP folks should be able to use this guy. So the Shadow Ball is a neutral damage, and then because it's a pure fairy, just like a Granbull, so the Focus Blast Dark Pulse is a single resistance. So it has the good bulk, so yeah, go ahead. It says quick attack here, but personally, I think Metal Claw does fine too, but I don't know. I think quick attack has a better EPS, energy per second, so it probably build up the energy faster. And here comes the Heracross. I know a lot of people have rated a Heracross for the shiny. So the damage 3, bulk 3, consistency 2, best moveset is Counter Mega Horn, not the close combat. Surprise, surprise. I'm pretty sure if you get the cloudy weather, close combat will be better. So let's look at this. Since it has the part bug typing as well as the fighting, so the something new, it's basically the Focus Blast, because the bug resists fighting. So the Shadow Ball is a neutral damage, Focus Blast is single resistance, and Dark Pulse is a single resistance because of the fighting typing. So Heracross is okay. I actually enjoy using Heracross. I bet a lot of people is gonna flex shiny. And here comes the Togekiss. The damage 3, bulk 5, consistency 4, best moveset is Charm, Dazzling Gleam. This is the thing about the Togekiss, is the defense. This thing is gonna be so tanky. It's very useful, especially in a cloudy weather. So the Shadow Ball is a neutral damage, and the Focus Plus is a double resistance because the Flying resists fighting and the Fairy resists fighting. And the Dark Pulse is a single resistance because the Fairy resists Dark move. So Togekiss is excellent. I love using Togekiss, so I need to build more. I mean, like, I want Togetic to come back in raid. And here comes the Breloom. Damage 3, bulk 0, consistency 4, best moveset is counter dynamic punch. He is probably the glassy fighting type, but it's cute. The Shadow Ball focus blast neutral damage, and the Dark Pulse is a single resistance. So it has the grass typing, but it does really not help at all. Yes, like I said, it is a glassy option, but it works fine. It hits really hard. So. And here comes the Toxicroak. The damage 3, bulk 3, consistency 3, best moveset is counter dynamic punch. Toxicroak is a good fighting. Like, a lot of people don't know that. This thing is really good. So, the Shadow Ball is neutral damage, and the Focus Blast is a single resistance due to poison typing. Fighting does not resist fighting, but the poison does resist fighting. And the Dark Pulse, yes, the fighting resists dark moves. So, yeah, Toxicroak is okay. It's totally fine with me. I actually love using it. He has like the one big boob and a medal. And here comes the Surf Edge. The damage 3, bulk 2, consistency 4, best moveset is counter close combat. It is a pure fighting, so it's the same defense. It's just only resist Dark Pulse. I actually enjoy using it. He's not a bad Pokemon. I don't have problem people using it. It's just, and I'm pretty sure I'll see some. Like, to me, Surf Edge is like a Sylveon to me. It's like, you know, when I see a bunch of Gardevoir, Togekiss, and then like cute Sylveon somewhere, you know, it's like that. I'll probably gonna see like a bunch of Machamp and all these hardcore fighters, and then this little duck holding the League Sword. And let's talk about Mega Lopunny. So the damage 3, bulk 3, consistency 5, best moveset is low kick focus blast. Mega Lopunny is a normal fighting. The normal double resist ghost moves. This is why against Shadow Ball it does work. And the focus blast is a single weakness because normal's weak to fighting, right? And then the Dark Pulse is a single resistance because due to the fighting. Mega Lopunny is one of those Mega that I am going to tell you. You do not want to boost Mega Lopunny each other out. Okay? It's one of those situations, again, the one person should bring in Mega Lopunny and then everybody else should be using Shadow Machamp, Lucarios, and Conkeldurr and stuff like that. That's the best way, the ideal way to use Mega Lopunny. So if you're gonna do raid hour, talk to your friends, decide who's bringing the Mega Lopunny in order, so you just keep getting the boost throughout the raid. Okay, but like I said, you do not want to boost Mega Lopunny each other out because it's not that great. Okay. So let's talk about Genesect. The damage 3, bulk 2, consistency 4, best moveset is Furry Cutter, X Scissor. So if you have one of those, the Douse or the Burn Drive, you're gonna have to add the second charge move and to be able to use the double bug move, okay? But the Genesect is excellent. But let's look at that defense. It's the Shadow Ball neutral damage, Focus Blast neutral damage, and the Dark Pulse neutral damage. Everything is neutral damage. The reason why it gets neutral damage for the Focus Blast, even though it's part steel, is because the bug typing, the bug resist fighting. Okay, so Genesect is okay, especially in rain, or if somebody wanna bring the Mega Beedrill. Here comes the Blaziken. The damage 3, bulk 0, consistency 3, best moveset is counter focus blast. So he's a not pure fighting. He's a fighting and fire, but the fire typing, it really does not do anything this time. So same defense, Shadow Ball, focus blast, neutral damage, and a single resist Dark Pulse. But Blaziken is totally fine. You know, people don't know how to use focus blast really well. Like when it comes to PvE, if you're gonna do unique and stuff like that, I will bring the Blaziken as lead because I want Blaziken to get like at least two focus blasting, which is a huge game changer, by the way. If you could get the clean cycle and get the focus blast damage registered, gold. It's beautiful. Okay, so. And let's talk about Regigigas right here and the reason why we all were crazy for the hidden power fighting. So the damage 3, bulk 3, consistency 4, best moveset is hidden power fighting and a Giga Impact. You could use focus blast, but actually the Giga Impact is better. So that's interesting. But anyway, so the normal double resist ghost, yeah, this is why against Shadow Ball Darkrai, the Regigigas is a perfectly fine option to have, okay? So the Focus Blast is a single weakness, and then the Dark Pulse is a neutral damage. So this is the reason why, like, I went in crazy for Regigigas, but I wasn't able to get Hidden Power fighting Hondo. Oh, that was so disappointing. This hidden power thing, like, we need to do something about it. Like, we should be able to use at least like an elite fast team or something to be able to, and then we should be able to choose which type we want, because it's getting ridiculous, you know. But anyway, so if you have the Regigigas, I don't have problem with that, especially against the Shadow Ball Darkrai. It's really gonna come in handy. So show some love to Regigigas. So Darkrai has been here many times, but this is actually the first time I believe it's coming back when we have the level 50. So I am very excited. Level 50 Darkrai is going to become a game changer for a Showman raiding community. There's a lot more things gonna be able to do it with the level 50 Darkrai. So I personally want to go in hard. It's one of those Pokemon that if you, for PvE players, this is a very, very, very important Pokemon. So going hard, raid, catch. I hate catching, but you know, catch, grind, XL. You know what to do, right? And please go ahead and check Pokebattler.com/race, and you choose the raid boss, moveset, weather, friendship level, and then you get to see so many more Pokemon than I talked about today. I could have talked about more like a Shadow, you know, Pincers and stuff like that, but I just don't think a lot of people's gonna bring Bug this time around. So I mean, like I said, you all know, you raided Darkrai many times, you know what you're doing. So okay, hopefully this guy will help, and happy raiding everybody. Bye.